away this tournament yet so far. Here we go, though. I think we're loading into Chalet now, gents. This 1v1 can get underway. G2's position here in Reload is on the line, and it's all on Loira's shoulders.
Absolutely, that as a final reminder of what happens here. G2, having lost the game effectively, go on to -10. They go below 0. So they go into a 1v1. It's a thing that can only happen here on day 3. If Loira is able to win this, then they will reset to 0 and gain any bullets for the round difference that he wins by. If Wildcard win, G2 are eliminated, and because they've eliminated them, Wildcard get an extra bullet from the 3 that they have already won. Bay has gone with the Vigil.
I'm more surprised by the pick on the other side than Laz here, Fox. Man's really going for it.
Yeah, it's an aggressive pick, but you can use the potential plant in a smoke to be able to draw out your defender. So yes, you may think, oh, the perfect answer for Bay is to just wait out smokes, but you also got to think about the fire extinguishers that could be shot. We saw one in the lobby. They could give you a little bit of an advantage, and then if a smoke goes down in sight and you're able to plant a diffuser, then it's just that much harder. I'd expect the plant to come down probably in the little games area because there's not really anywhere else that you can go from if you're a defender.
If you got him off the rip, that would have been absolutely spectacular. See at this point, Loira, not forgetting about the cameras that need to be taken out too.
Right.
First smoke coming on through is he doesn't want to go direct towards sight here by the looks of it. Got to be careful, of course, because just up above is Bay.
Loira straight in there. He's just got the smoke out, gone straight in. We're just going to have a spray through the floor with the SMG. Loira is going for the plant. This is what I wanted to see. An attacker getting in there, getting aggressive. He's going to be successful. Bay has allowed that to happen. He's now playing back into it. And Loira has played it beautifully. Just stands in the middle of the smoke, draws him in, and then slams him as he drops.
Bay was still looking at the first smoke that went down, thinking he'd be in the default plant spot, but Loira changed it away once he realized that he had eyes on, completely changed it up, and he's turning around there, Tim, and kicked him out the building. I love it.
And that's the mental game. I mean, we talked about it. He's just going to go in. He has the potential to plant because you don't really know if the glass is going to be there. He used the bearing 9, so maybe there was a thought, oh, maybe it's going to be a Habana. We don't necessarily know if it's glass. Bay has no idea. And once the diffuser's down, he dropped right into the smoke. Unfortunate for him, he had no clue that it was going to be a glass in there. But it looks like G2, or at least Loira, was really prepared for this 1v1 because that was a start-to-finish genius strat to use that glass for the plant.
Yeah, Loira read him like a book on that one. Interestingly, he's gone for the Ella. Now, I don't think that's a pick that we've seen as of yet, but it kind of leans into one similar that we saw. We did see the Fenrir picked earlier in the first 1v1 that we had. So, again, a similar sort of concept. I'm going to play inside of sight. I'm going to get them Gusmot mines out, and it's going to give me a little advantage in the gunfight if I need to take it.
It gives you that protection because we're seeing Bay swap off of the Dokkaebi, but if he was to stay on the Dokkaebi, makes that call and he tries to run in, go for a contested 1v1 or a potential Deimos, the Ela gives you that bridge of a distance to where he can't just full sprint after you.
I love the Twitch here as well. One, you get the 2 extra drones, even more information. You still got the smokes that you can plant inside of if you want, but most importantly, it doesn't matter what operator the side is playing. If you're bringing along these traps or little dangerous gadgets that can do some work to you, at least for some of them, you can destroy it with the Twitch. So actually a very versatile operator, decent weapon to play with as well. It's good thinking from Bay.
Interestingly, Bay is just working in from the opposite side of the map here, so he's giving himself plenty of room to go through. You've always got to remember, attackers generally have the advantage with long-distance gunfights as well. They've got the better scopes, they've got the guns that are made for it. So again, maybe just trying to engage at distance here.
It might seem like a slow playstyle that Bay's going for, but information is key. He knows that any single default cam could spot him out. There's no teammates, so he's using the Twitch to get rid of the cameras, so he is completely unknown to where Bay could be. He can come up any single staircase. That's why he's using the Twitch, to give him the illusion of just mystery.
The smokes as well, of course, and coming later in the round. Loira's just dug in deep at this point, just waiting for him to push in, because we saw this a little bit last time around with the Fenrir, like being able to remark on once someone steps forward and pops off one of those gadgets, well, you know where they are, you know where they're coming in from, and that's when your opportunity to swing can come through. So I think it's good from both sides, actually playing it very slow, very patient, very careful.
Yeah, I think Loira's more than happy to back himself here, essentially. It's, I've got my mines out, they're going to signal where he's coming from, and I'll swing, and I'm, you know, quite happy to take the gunfight, very much so. B is moving in now, so we could have a coming together very shortly. Base just dip back into mud. I think, again, just holding a little angle. Doesn't know at this point exactly where the Ela is located. That's going to give away a little bit of Loira's position here. Doesn't quite see the man through the holes that he's made, but Bay definitely progressing towards sight, but then changes his mind, comes back across, gives himself away. but Loira can't land any shots.
He's got to do what he can here. Off towards the left now. Bay straight in that line of sight. Not, of course, that Loira knows, sees his man, and should have had his head there, but Bay has just dipped away at the last second, and Bay gets the reverse. Lands the headshot, and Loira's gone.
What a close shot. I mean, he almost had him on that first pre-fire. He was so confident that he immediately reloaded. He thought it was over there, but that was just the overconfidence. Bay, cold as ice. He didn't move. He just held the angle down. And I love the two difference in play styles. First, Loira going for an aggressive fast plant, then Bay bringing a slow and methodical approach. I love the back and forth because all Loira had to do was just sit in sight, let the Ella's trigger, and then make a peek off that. But he didn't. He went for the early aggressive fight. Maybe he should have won it, but unfortunately, Bay came out with that one.
I'll come back to what we said earlier as well, Tim, in our last 1v1 is don't forget that this still means something to wildcard. It's obviously that best of 5 that you run towards here. The better outcome they get, if they eliminate G2 out of this, then you are laughing. You still get the one bonus point at the end of it, or the one bonus bullet in the chamber that you can use. And given how tight it's going to start being over the next couple of days at the top of the table, every bullet really does count.
Of course it does, yeah. Every one makes a difference. And as you quite rightly say, every round, the problem for G2 is every round that wildcard win takes a potential bullet off them, one that they can't win anymore because it is based on the round difference. And tomorrow, if they survive, is going to be a difficult day. Like you said, they're going to have to pick somebody who has a large amount of bullets and therefore is a top team. They're going to have to pick somebody like that to allow them to lump on it and hopefully get themselves enough to keep themselves away from elimination.
And the mental game is so important here. We have to acknowledge it because, yes, G2 have not looked the best throughout the tournament so far, but still, out of all the teams to start eliminating teams, wildcard to be one of the first few to be able to eliminate them.
No, he's got him for sure behind. No, Loira's got him. How has he let that one happen? Bay's got the jump on him. He knew where he was. And Loira spun and got the freebie.
I think that must have been in Loira's mind. You know yourself sometimes when you're playing, as you're putting that drone out, you kind of think, I'm near a door here, I'm near a window, maybe there's a jump out. And I think Loira has had that in mind, and as soon as he's putting that out, his brain registers the impact nade sound, bang, I'm straight out of my drone, and he reacts to it. Absolutely beautiful stuff from Loira.
Wow, that should never happen, folks.
No, there's only one position for the impact to come from. Obviously, it's going to be behind him, and Bay just looked the wrong way. It was just unfortunate for him, but that is the common drone spot. You're going to tuck yourself in that corner, so just a little bit of a misread, a little bit of the mentality where you could imagine that's the common spot to drone. So Bay's probably going for that jump out thinking, why would you put yourself in the common spot? Put yourself in a different spot to throw me off. A little bit of an overcook, but good reaction.
On the replay, he looked right first was the key thing.
Yeah.
A little double bluff there. Again, Loira may be thinking he's going to think I won't go to the common spot, so I'm going to go and sit in the common spot. And absolutely brilliant stuff from Loira to get G2 2-1 up. One more round needed. We haven't had a defense won yet. It's been 3 attacking rounds that have been won. Will the trend continue? Bay, very much a slow, methodical approach last time around. This time going to be bringing the knock now. An interesting choice.
I love the intelligence from Bay on his picks. He's not just picking an operator and sticking to it. He's droning out the site, seeing exactly what Loira is doing so he can respond to it. The knock won't really give an advantage against an Ella. He might use the nades to clear out the utility before he goes for that fight. But again, Bay understands that Loira's best friend right now is information in these 1v1s because there's so much map to play with. So as you limit the information, switch up the different looks, he might go a little faster now because he has the knock as opposed to the twitch.
You've seen both players, at least at the start, when they're on the defense, clicking through those cams to see where the spawn has come from. Of course, they're not going to see that. Not that it matters too much here, as Loira was still busy getting a lot of setup work. But even now, 30 seconds in, he's still busy on that. Just making sure it's locked up nice and tight here inside the site, really making Bay have to sweat for everything he can possibly want in this round.
It's almost like playing secure area, isn't it? Just get yourself battened down inside a site, get yourself some reinforcements, and let them play into you. We can see on the silhouette there that Bay has now got himself inside of the map, sending the drone in carefully towards site, just looking for any snippet of information as he's about to find out exactly where the Ella is. But of course, Loira now has the opportunity to move, to relocate. Bay is going to send another drone in to see if he can pick up where, and I think he maybe just sees a pair of feet there that gives him something to work on, but it seems as simple as move into games and try and win the gunfight.
I mean, information is key, and that's what Bay's trying to get down, but Loira's probably, hopefully, going to swap it up. Earlier, he lost his same round by over-peeking, and he's going for it right now.
He's off towards the other side here as well. If he gets round behind Bay here, this could be massive. Bay, of course, has got to get in. Of course, the barricade also going to help out here, the information it gives. Still dug in. I think Bay probably suspects that something has happened. Also has time to get back on his own drone. Going to see nothing here, and surely that starts sending off the alarm bells. But Loira, he's on the move here. The swing comes in, and Loira wins it out. Wins the 1v1 3-1 and keeps G2 here at Reload.
A huge move from Loira at the end there. Just took some courage to say, you know what? I'm going to grab a hold of this. I'm going to go and find him. I know where he is, and wins out that fight.
And the slow approach didn't work out for Bay. Sometimes you just have to play the 1v1 as a 1v1. Don't overcomplicate it. That's what ended up losing Bay that round. Loira was just playing aggressive, playing off of the confidence. He didn't even need the Ela drones.
A high IQ player, you might say.
A high IQ play. High IQ.
Loira was pretty all over that one. To be fair, dominant performance, can't fault it.
So G2 survive. They will move on and play again tomorrow. They will have another opportunity. They go into the draft at the end of the day. They also walk away with 2 bullets. So because they were so far down, the dual card, the win resets them to 0, and then the 3-1 scoreline means they won by 2 rounds, which gives them 2 bullets, and that is what they start with tomorrow.
They're going to be playing through to Friday if they hang on and survive tomorrow. That is a guarantee, because the safe for tomorrow, you beat a team that's got 8 bullets, and that's even assuming you do that. You get to 10, that's not enough to go through. You're going to have to play into Friday and try and do the same again.
Yeah, it's do or die now, especially since that dual card's no longer in the deck. If they lose again, then they're on their last life right now.
Well, Fox, thank you very much for joining us. You'll be on the desk in just a moment to break this one down for us. So we'll go to a break. When we come back, Fox and the guys have got this one for you.